Hey folks, my name is Scott Shannon. I'm the branch manager here with NRL Mortgage, and you're getting this video today because you just got pre-qualified by one of my loan officers. And I think it's really imperative that we send out this video just to kind of walk you through the next steps in the process of buying a home. First off, I want to thank you so very much for giving us the trust to try to help you with the loan process. We know it's probably one of the biggest financial decisions most people make is buying a new home, and we don't take that lightly at all. And that's why I send out videos like this to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible for you. So a couple things I want to go over is what you got today from your loan officer. Today you got a pre-approval letter, and on that pre-approval letter occasionally there's some special terms or special conditions on there. Those would have been gone over verbally with your over the phone with your loan officer, but there are also, if there are special conditions, it would be written on your pre-approval letter. Things like maybe you need seller contributions towards your closing costs, or maybe the purchase of a new house is contingent on the sale of your current home. That happens sometimes, and we put those as special conditions on our pre-approval letter. Make sure that you point that out to your real estate agent. Sometimes they don't read those things so closely, and if they don't know that you need money from the seller towards your closing costs and you forget to point it out to them, they might write your contract incorrectly and cause you problems on your sales contract. So make sure if you've got any special terms or conditions that are written on your pre-approval letter that you point those out to your real estate agent, so that way they can properly represent you in your contract negotiation, okay? The other thing that you got with that is a list of some basic paperwork that we need to do our job for you. And it's imperative that you get those things to us as soon as humanly possible. The reason why we want them right away is because we don't want to wait around till you get a contract and now it's like rush, 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 go, go, go. You can get 90% of the documentation out of the way and over to us. That way, once you go under contract, it's a very smooth process. Maybe we need one or two updated things, but it's one or two things versus like 10. So get all those things over to us as quickly as possible. It's going to save you a lot of time once you go under contract on a new house, okay? Lastly, what I like to do is go over some things that you need to avoid between now and going under contract on a new house. A lot of people make errors that they don't even know about during this process, and I want to make sure you're aware of those things so you can avoid them, okay? So I got my little list here. I'm going to go over that briefly with you. So first of all, don't incur any new debt. What I mean by that is don't open up any new credit cards, don't apply for any new car loans, don't apply for any new student loans. Basically anything where they're going to pull your credit and it might result in a new debt on your credit report, you really need to avoid that between now and closing, okay? Because it could greatly affect your ability to get your loan depending on certain circumstances, all right? Second, the assets that you gave the loan officer. So they went over your application with you and you told them, you know, I got X amount of dollars in checking and savings and CDs and money markets, wherever all your funds are, right? Keep that money where it is. Do not move it around, and try to make sure that you save it, all right? So obviously if you spend all the money you need for your closing costs and down payment, that's gonna be a problem. But also just moving the money around will create additional paperwork that we need because we have to paper trail any money movement, all right? So try to avoid moving the money around, and if you have to move it around, make sure your loan officer knows about it so that way they can tell you how to properly paper trail that and it's not a big stressful problem, okay? And lastly, don't make any large deposits into your bank account. Now, obviously, you're going to be getting your paychecks or your retirement checks, and that's all normal and that's fine. But if you sell, some classic car for $10,000 and want to stick the money in your checking account, you need to call us about that first, because if there's a large deposit in there, we would have to source it, and it could cause a lot of pain and chaos that we could avoid if you would avoid making those kind of deposits and not letting us know about it, okay? So that's pretty much it. Oh, finally, employment. I think this one kind of goes without saying, but obviously if we're using, a particular job to qualify you on your income, do not change your job, do not, lower your hours or do anything crazy between now and closing, because that obviously could affect your ability to get the home loan. All right, so try to avoid that. In closing, I just want to mention a couple things about your real estate agent. So one thing that we pride ourselves on is we only work with the most professional agents in our market. We're 100% by referral only company. We don't get kickbacks from your realtors because they sent you over to us. They just know that time after time after time, we always close our deals on time. We communicate incredibly well with our borrowers to make sure that they always know every step of the way what's going on with their loan, and they have assurance that the loan's going to get to the closing table. I don't have, basically none of our loans in my shop ever fall through. When the national average is actually 35% of people who are told they pre-qualify for a home loan actually never get closed. They get turned down at the last minute, or there's issues that the bank wasn't aware of. We go to painstaking efforts to make sure that we avoid all that for our clients. And when we put our name on a pre-approval letter, we know it's going to get all the way to the closing table. And that's why realtors refer us over and over and over again, because they know if they send it over to us and our name's on that pre-approval letter, you're going to get to the closing table, and they're going to have a happy client, and they're going to get a closing. All right. So stand by your real estate agents. We only work with the best ones in town. They can show you any home that's listed in the market. I know some people will see that listing agent sign out in front of a house and just call up the listing agent. There's no need to do that. Your realtor, as an MLS certified agent, can sell you any home listed in the MLS system in the state of Florida, actually. So go back to them for any of those. They can help you with any property listed on Zillow or on Realtor.com. They can help you out with that. So make sure you go back to them for that. Any questions or concerns at all, call us. We are here for you throughout the whole process. I just want to make sure it's as smooth as possible a transaction for you, okay? Anyway, my personal phone number, if you ever need to get a hold of me, is 352-207-5019, 352-207-5019. You can call me anytime. I'm always here to back up my loan officers and my team. So I just wanted you to have that. Anyway, thank you again so much for calling us today. We very much look forward to working with you, and we will talk to you soon. Happy house hunting. Bye.